Today we will discuss Leetcode problem number 1480, which is running sum of 1D array. The statement of problem is given an array nums. We defines a running sum of an array as running sum of I is equal to sum nums of 0 to nums of I. Return the running sum of the number nums. Okay, so according to the statement, we will have an array named as num, which will be the input array. And what we have to do is we have to add the sums. Like if we are this here, this I denotes the index. Okay, so here this I denotes the index, so we have to traverse whole array one by one starting from the 0 index. And what we will have to do is, for example, if we are at index 3, so what we will do, we will have to add all the numbers from 0 to index 3. We will have to get sum of that all the numbers, and then input that number or put that number in our output array. So let's explain this, or let's understand this with example. So here this is example 1. In example 1, this is input nums array which have four which length is 4, and we know that index is start from 0. So here if we see that, so 1 is present at 0 index, 2 is present at 1 index, and this 3 is present at 2 index, and this 4 is present at 3 index. Okay, so what we will have to do is we have to output this value. So how we will get this output array? So according to the statement, here it is clearly mentioned that we have to add the previous number. For example, we are at this location, we are at index 2. So sorry, at index 1, this is index 1. So index 1, at the left side of that index, all the values, we have to add that values in this value. So here at index 1, only one index 0 is present at, and 0 index at 0 index 1 value is present. So what we will do, we will add this one value to this 2. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay, so 3. So now we will put 3 in the output array at the value at the index of 1. Okay, so now after that we will move to next index. Okay, so next index, here at next index value 3 is present. So now what we will do, we will add all the values which is present at the left of this index. So here at the left of this value 3 value, two values are present, so we will add these two value into 3. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and this 3 plus this 3 is equal to 6. So we will put 6 in the output array at the index of 2. Okay, so we will continue this process till the end of the array. Okay, and we have to update our output array according to this. But here one thing which we can see that if we are at index 0, then we can see that at index 0 there is no value or no index present at the left side. So what we will do, we will put this value as it is into the output array. So in input array 1 is present at 0 index, so in output array we can see that 1 is present at output array. So here in second example we can also see that at 0 index of input array 1 is present, and at output array at 0 index 1 is present. So at 0 index the value in the input array and in the output array will remain same, and on the other index we will add all the values present at the left side of that index, and the sum of the all this value we will put in our output array. Okay, so if we discuss its constraints, so here we can see that nums dot length will be smaller or equal to 1000 and greater or equal to 1. So the length of this num will be between 1 to 1000. So number of values present in the nums could be minimum could be 1 and maximum could be 1000. And the second constraint is the values which could be present in this num array is smaller or equal to 10 raised to power 6 and greater or equal to minus 10 raised to power 6. So it means that in this num array there is possibility that negative number could be present or positive number could be present. So both numbers could be present in this nums array. So let's move to its solution. Here there are different languages in which we can write our solution of this problem. So here I am using Python 3 language. So what we will do, we know that first of all we know that we have to output an array. So our input is also array and our output is also array. So for outputting or to saving the output values, we will initialize an output array and which will be empty at first, and then slowly we will add the sum of we will calculate the sum and then we will add the sum in this output array. Okay, so here we know that from the statement it is clearly mentioned that we have to traverse the whole array one by one starting from the zero index. So it means that we have to use loops to traverse the whole array. So here we can use for loop for this purpose. So what this loop will do, this loop will start from the zero index and go till the last index of the array. So here I am using a range method, and here I want to run this array till the length of nums. Okay, so if the length of what this range will do, it will take the length of the input array. For example, the length of the input array is 5. So this for loop will run 5 times, but the index will start from 0 and the last index will be nums length of nums minus 1. So if the length of nums is equal to 5, so the last index will be 4. So this one by one here the index value will be updated. At the first iteration the index value will be 0 here, and then in next iteration 1 2 3, and this loop will run till the length of nums minus 1 index. Okay, so we will run this loop, and in the loop what we have to do is, we know that in from the example and from the statement it is mentioned that the value present at the zero index of the input array and at the zero index of the input output array are same. So we will make a condition if that if our index is 0, so it means that we have to do nothing, we just have to copy that value, input value, into our output array. Okay, so here this is our output array. So we are checking that if our index is equal to 0, so we will append the input value, we will append the value at index 0 of the input array to the output array at index 0. Okay, so here nums of 0, this is the statement. It will take the value which is present at index 0 of the nums input array and it will append at the 0 index of the output array. Okay, but if this is not the condition, if our index is not at 0, so then what we will have to do is, our index is 1 2 3 or anything, then what we will have to do is we have to calculate the previous value and we have to add the value uh, of that index where our index is present. So here what we will do, we will append the in our output array, what we will append, we will get the value of the index at which we are present. Okay, so if for example if we are present at 2 index at this value, so at this 2 index the value is 2, so we will get this value nums of index and index will be 2, so here the value will be 2. Like if we are considering this example, so at 2 index we can see that value 2 is present, so we will get the value present at the index. And now what we will do, we will add that value with the output index minus 1. Okay, so here let me explain this what I am doing here. So here, like if we are at this location, so we are getting this value which is 2, and now we have to add these two values in this 2, and the sum we have to put in the output array. So here in the output array, we know that 4 is already present, because first of all we start from 3. We know that 3 is present at 0 index, and the value of 0 index will be as it is copied in the output array at the 0 index. Okay, then we will move to this index which is 1. So at 1 we will taking this value 1 here. Okay, and now we know that we have to add the value which is present. We have to add all the sum which is present at the left of this array of this index, and we know that we already put that sum in our output array. Okay, so here if we are at one index, so we know that at 0 index of the output array, sum of all the items left items is already present, so we will get that sum from the output array. So here if we are present at one index, we will get the value of present at one index which is 1, and now we will get the value present in the output array at the 0 index. So here we know that at 0 3 is present, so we will add 3 plus 1 which will equal to 4, and we will put that 4 in the one index of the output array. Okay, so now we will put we have put 4 here, so we will move to the next index of the input array. So here we will get the value present at the 2 index which is 2, so we will put the value here 2, and now we know that the sum of all the left items is already present at the one index of the output array, so we will get that sum. So here we are getting that sum, and here the sum is equal to 4, so we are getting that sum, and we are adding these two values. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, and we are appending the new sum which is 6 at the one index of output array. So in this way this solution will work, and after for loop will complete, for loop after for loop will iterate through each element of the array, we will simply return our output array. Okay, so let's run this and check if this solution is working fine or not. I think there is some issue to let me check. Okay, so the sign-in problem, due to the sign-in problem, the solution was not running. Now we will try to run this and check that if it is running fine. So here, okay. So here, this is error because the name of the input array is nums, and we forget to add s, so that's why this error is coming. Now let's run this. There is another error, output. Okay, so there is same error. I hope this time it will run. So what is the error? Okay, actually there is some spelling mistake in that. Okay, so finally uh, the solution is run successfully, and we can see that this is accepted, and the output generated by this above solution is the same as the expected output. Now we will submit this and we'll check that our solution is working fine on all cases or not. Okay, so this solution is accepted. So this was for today's. We will meet in another video. Please do subscribe my channel. Goodbye.